Welcome to All Force e-learning. So we are discussing about properties of ethers. In previous session we have discussed that cleavage of ethers, that means in the presence of hydrohalo acids, hydrogen halogen acids, and then ethers reaction with halides and acid chlorides, anhydrides. So now wherever aromatic ether is given, nothing but the benzene which is carrying OCH3 group or OR group is generally called aromatic compounds. That aromatic compounds, not only this one, you remember according to benzene structure, the benzene compounds undergoes electrophilic substitution reactions. One electrophile is substituted by incoming electrophile. Based on that step, slow step, we can explain that one is bimolecular or monomolecular or unimolecular reactions. Now familiar examples, already you know familiar examples for electrophilic substitution reactions. So here if you take electrophilic substitution means we have to see that halogenation reactions, nitration reactions, Friedel-Crafts acylation reactions are like this. Those are generally called electrophilic substitution reactions. So for example here anisole compound is given, nothing but halogenation. Halogenation reactions. Halogenation reactions means given compound undergoes electrophilic substitution reaction with chlorine or bromine or iodine, but iodine is somewhat different here. In the presence of mediums is generally called what? Halogenation reactions. Nothing but H plus is substituted by incoming bromine Br plus, incoming chlorine Cl plus, like this. This type of reactions are called electrophilic substitution reactions. But how to write the product in these reactions means, you remember always aromatic compound is given, based on the medium we can write. Why? Because if you take anisole compound or phenyl methyl ether, anisole compound here OCH3 compound. Due to the presence of OCH3 compound, the compound mainly form the ortho and para substituted products. Why? Because that given OCH3 group is ortho para directing group. So already you know, based on the group nature we can explain the molecule ortho para directing group or meta directing group. OCH3 is activating group. Due to that reason mainly form the ortho and para substituted products here. Para substituted products. So here anisole compound reacts with bromine in the presence of carbon disulfide medium. Now here bromine is given, Br2, here carbon disulfide medium. Based on the mediums we can write the product. So ortho position H plus is replaced by bromine, ortho-bromo anisole and para-bromo anisole. So ortho-bromo methoxybenzene, para-bromo methoxybenzene. So this is a way to write that product wherever carbon disulfide is given. In same reaction is given, nothing but again given anisole compound undergoes electrophilic substitution with bromine, but medium is acetic acid. Then mainly form the para-bromo compound. Para is major. Nearly 90% para-bromo anisole is formed here. Para-bromo anisole is formed. Again same reaction, anisole compound here, reaction with bromine, here acetic acid here, acetic acid, then form the parabromoanisole here. Major compound is para substituted compound. The percentage is 90% is possible here. This is the way to write the product wherever electrophilic substitution reaction given in the presence of mediums. So halogenation reaction. Next one is nitration reaction. Nitration means concentrated HNO3 plus H2SO4 is given. The mixture is generally called nitration mixture. Wherever nitration mixture is given, in that nitration mixture, which one act as electrophile? NO2 plus is a electrophile. Nitronium ion is a electrophile. So NO2 group act as a electrophile, because already we have discussed that concept here. One of the familiar example for electrophilic substitution reaction. Now next one is nitration reaction. So nitration means anisole compound, here OCS3 compound reacts with HNO3 plus H2SO4 mixture. HNO3 plus H2SO4 mixture is generally called nitration mixture. Now, due to the presence of activated group, which one activated group? OCS3 group is activated group. Orthohydrogen is replaced by incoming electrophile. Which one incoming electrophile in this reaction? NO2. Orthonitroanisole and paranitroanisole is formed here. This is the way to write the product wherever mixture is given. Based on the mixture, first we have to find out the incoming electrophile. Nature of this group, we can write product is ortho or para or meta. So based on the substituent, we can explain that concept here. Next one is Friedel-Crafts reactions. Friedel-Crafts reactions means acylation reactions and alkylation reactions. Given substrate reacts with alkyl chlorides or alkyl bromides or alkyl iodides in the presence of AlCl3, anhydrous AlCl3 form the alkylated product is called Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction. Given reactant, nothing but substrate, react with that reactant, nothing but acid chloride is given. So the substrate react with the acid chlorides in the presence of anhydrous AlCl3 form the acylated substituted product. The reaction is generally called Friedel-Crafts acylation reactions. This is the way to identify the given reaction is acylation reaction or alkylation reaction. Alkyl chloride is given is called alkylation. Acyl chloride is given is called acylation reaction. Here. Now Friedel-Crafts reactions. Friedel-Crafts reactions. Here anisole compound or methyl phenyl ether or methoxybenzene, anisole compound reacts with methyl chloride in the presence of anhydrous AlCl3, because this one also one type of electrophilic substitution reaction. Methyl chloride react with Lewis acid, then form the what? CH3 plus AlCl4 minus. Second step is formation of sigma complex. Third step is removal of H plus. Here. So second step is important because electrophile attacking step here. Based on that step, we can explain mechanism. So here CH3Cl or whatever alkylated chloride or bromide is given that produce electrophile, nothing but R plus is electrophile. Here R is equal to CH3 group is given. The CH3 plus act as an electrophile. Now R H plus is substituted by CH3 plus. So here OCH3. Here CH3 is given. Again OCH3, orthomethyl anisole and paramethyl anisole is formed here. Orthomethyl anisole and paramethyl anisole is formed. That reaction is generally called alkylation reactions. Alkylation reactions. Now, how to write the acylation reaction? Acylation reaction. So, acylation reaction means given reactant substrate react with acid chlorides in the presence of AlCl3 is called acylation reaction. Acyl group act as an electrophile in this reaction. So again same thing, here anisole compound is given. The compound reacts with acetyl chloride CH3Cl, anhydrous AlCl3 is given. Anhydrous AlCl3 is given, which is electrophile in this reaction. Which is electrophile? CH3C double bond O plus is electrophile. That H plus is substituted by incoming acyl electrophile. Due to that reason, the reaction is called Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction. Now, what type of products are formed here? Ortho and para substituted products are formed here. Ortho and para substituted products are formed here. So OCH3 again COCH3, OCH3 and COCH3. Orthomethoxyestophenone, para-methoxyestophenone, because this one is ketonic group. Then according to IUPAC nomenclature rules, priority is given to ketone but not ether. So due to that reason is called what? Orthomethoxy. Towards this one is ortho. Orthomethoxyestophenone. Towards this one of para-methoxyestophenone is formed here. So this is the way to write that electrophilic substitution reactions of anisole compound. Now, so ether oxidation reactions. You remember, ether easily undergoes oxidation with air. Air or light is given. Ether compound. Ether means R2O compound. Air or light, sunlight or light, easily undergoes oxidation. Form the peroxides. Here. Ethers easily undergoes decomposition and form the peroxides. That's why ethers do not stored in the presence of air. Supposed to be, if you want to store the ethers, we have to completely fill bottle here. Remember always, ethers must be stored in colored bottles or aluminum foil bottles. If you take white bottle, automatically the compound easily react with light. And undergoes oxidation here. If you fill up to 70% or up to 90%, remaining 10% is occupied by gas. That gas react with ether, then form the peroxides. That's why we have to completely fill up that given bottle and must be stored in colored bottles. This is the way to store that ethers. Right. Now we will start that carbonyl compounds. Carbonyl compounds means the combination of aldehydes and ketones are called carbonyl compounds. Carbonyl compounds here. So how to identify the given compound is belongs to aldehyde group or ketonic group means based on the connectivity of C double bond O. C double bond O. The C double bond O play important role in carbonyl compounds to identify the given compound is belongs to aldehyde group or ketonic groups. So here carbonyl compounds are two types: aldehydes, ketones. Aldehydes, ketones. So you remember both are having C double bond O group. Both are having C double bond O group. Carbonyl CO. Carbonyl means CO group. Both are having C double bond O group. CO group. But based on the connectivity of remaining groups, we can explain given compound is belongs to aldehyde functions or ketonic functions. Wherever compounds are having this type of structure is generally called aldehydes. Wherever compounds are carrying this type of structure is generally called ketones. Ketones. So aldehyde means the C double bond O group connected with carbon and H. Here ketone means both are carbons. Both are carbons here. Here R is equal to nothing but C, nothing but R, C double bond O, H here. Here R is equal to H or alkyl group or phenyl groups. Alkyl group or phenyl group, whatever one you can take here, is generally called aldehydes. The organic compounds which are carrying C double bond OH is called aldehydes. The organic compounds which are carrying C double bond OH is called aldehydes. The organic compounds which are carrying C double bond OC or R C double bond OR is called ketones. Is called ketones. So derivatives of hydrocarbons, nothing but two hydrogens are replaced by oxygen. Here also same thing, two hydrogens are replaced by oxygen because oxygen can form the how many bonds? Two bonds. So derivative of hydrocarbons, both are derivatives of hydrocarbons here, but you remember wherever end carbon is carrying C double bond which is called what? Aldehydes. Middle carbon, no chance to get the middle carbon is carrying such type of functional group here. So this is the way to identify the given compound is aldehyde or ketone. Here for example CH3 C double bond H is given, CH3 C double bond H is given. CH3 means number of carbons 2, number of hydrogens 4, number of oxygens 1, nothing but CN H2N, CN H2N O. N is equal to 2, 2 into 2 4 plus O. Aldehydes general molecular formula is CnH2nO. Wherever ketone is given, supposed to be here CH3 is given, here C double bond O CH3. Dimethyl ketone is given or 2-propanone compound is given. The given compound is carrying C double bond O C. Such type of function is present in a given compound means ketone. According to structure, how many carbons? 3 carbons. How many hydrogens? 6 hydrogens. How many oxygens? 1 oxygen. Then N is equal to 3. Cn H2n O here. Cn H2n O. Nothing but carbonyl compounds general molecular formula is CnH2nO. CnH2nO. This is the way to identify the general molecular formula of compounds, because carbonyl compounds, two types, means both are having same type of general molecular formula, that is CnH2nO. CnH2nO. You remember that is aldehyde is given, ketonic group is given. Both are carrying C double bond O group. C double bond O means how many sigma bonds? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 here. C double bond O. Here sigma, here sigma, here sigma, 1 pi bond. According to the structure, that is aldehyde or ketone doesn't matter, the C double bond O group having sp2 hybridization. sp2 hybridization state here. Again, based on these structures, ketones are divided into two classes. Ketones are divided into two classes. You remember, simple ketones, and mixed ketones. Simple ketones and mixed ketones here. So nothing but simple ketones means both are having same alkyl groups is called simple ketones or symmetric ketones. Right side group, right side alkyl group and the left side alkyl group both are having same formula, same connectivity is called what? Simple ketones. Mixed ketones, both alkyl groups are different towards C double bond O group is called mixed ketones or unsymmetric ketones. Based on the given ketone structure, we can explain that concept. For example, here R, C double bond O, R is given. Both R groups are same means simple. Here R, C double bond O, R prime is given. Both are different, mixed or unsymmetric. For example, here methyl, C double bond O, CH3 methyl, dimethyl ketone. Both alkyl groups are same. That's why it generally called simple ketones. For example, here CH3 is given, C double bond O, CH2 and CH3. Diethyl, here ethyl group is given, here ethyl. Diethyl ketone is called simple ketone. Why? Both alkyl groups are same. Both alkyl groups are same here. That's why it generally called simple ketones. Wherever mixed is given, for example, here CH3, C double bond O, again CH2, CH3 is given. Methyl ethyl ketone. Methyl ethyl ketone. Both alkyl groups are same or different? Different here. One is carrying only one carbon. The right side alkyl group is carrying two carbons. That's why it generally called mixed ketones. Mixed ketones. For example, here CH3 is given, here CH2 is given, here C double bond O, here CH2 is given, here CH2 is given, here CH3 is given. Ethyl propyl ketone. Ethyl propyl ketone. Both alkyl groups are different here. For example, phenyl methyl ether is given. Phenyl methyl ketone is given. Phenyl methyl ketone is given. Both alkyl groups are different is called what? Mixed ketones. This is a way to identify the given compound is mixed compound or unsymmetric compound, symmetric compound or simple ketones. Simple ketones. This one is classification of carbonyl compounds. So, nomenclature of carbonyl compounds. Nomenclature of carbonyl compounds. Nomenclature of carbonyl compound means when you use simple name is generally called common nomenclature. When you use numbering according to IUPAC nomenclature rules is called IUPAC nomenclature. So we can use two types of nomenclature here. Simple name is given is called common nomenclature. Based on the rules, if you write that name of the compound is called IUPAC nomenclatures. IUPAC nomenclature. For example here, CH3 is given, CH3 here C double bond OH is given, C double bond OH is given. So acetaldehyde, acetaldehyde means 2 carbons here, acetaldehyde, acetaldehyde is given. Acetaldehyde is generally called common name. Acetaldehyde generally called what? Common name here. For example here, CH3 is given, CH2, again CS2, C double bond OH is given. Total how many carbons here? Total how many carbons? 3 carbons is called propanaldehyde. Is called propanaldehyde. Number of carbons are 3 is generally called propanaldehyde. For example here, CH3 is given, again CS2 is given, again CS2 is given, here C double bond OH is given, C double bond OH is given is called butanaldehyde. Butanaldehyde here. Butanaldehyde here. When you use simple names is generally called what? Common nomenclature. Then how to write the IUPAC nomenclature for given compound means based on the rules we can write here. When you use suffix, is generally called suffix al suffix is generally called IUPAC nomenclature compounds. Suffix al. For example, number of carbons are 2. Number of carbons are 2 and carrying C double bond O group is called what? Ethane. When you substitute E by using Al, then form the compound name. So, number of carbons 2 means eth. Number of carbons 2 means eth. Aldehyde group is given is called ethanol, Al. Ethanol means aldehyde here. Al is given, you remember always the compound is carrying aldehyde functional group. Here how many carbons? 3 carbons. 1, 2, 3. Prop. Here prop. Propanol, Al. Propanol compound. Al is given aldehyde. Prop means number of carbons 3. How many carbons? 4. But. How many carbons? But. Butanol, NaL is given. Butanol compound. Butanol compound means aldehyde here. So, propanol, butanol compound. For example, here CH3 is given, here CHCl is given, here C double bond OH. 2-chloro-propanaldehyde, common name. Chloropropanaldehyde or 2-chloro-propanaldehyde. 2-chloro-propanaldehyde. 2-chloro-propanaldehyde means common name. 2-chloro-propanol is given is called IUPAC nomenclature. 2-chloro-propanol is given is called what? IUPAC nomenclature here. This is the way to write the common names and IUPAC names of given carbonyl compounds. Given carbonyl compounds here. For example, here CH3 is given, here CH3 is given, again CH2, again CS2, here C double bond OH, C double bond OH. So, according to IUPAC nomenclature rule, we have to select that longest chain form. Longest chain form. According to this concept, How many carbons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we have to choose the longest chain form. Longest chain form here. Longest chain form. So if you take this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, that is not correct selection rule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is correct selection rule. Always we have to select that longest chain form in a given organic compound. Given organic compound, then we can write that name here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is having branch here? Third carbon is carrying methyl group. Methyl pentanol compound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 means pent. Pent. The third carbon having methyl group. The third carbon having methyl group. Then 3 methyl. The parent chain is carrying how many carbons? 5 carbons. Pentanol. 3-methyl pentaldehyde is generally called what? Common name. 3-methyl pentaldehyde is generally called common name here. This is a way to write that the common names and IUPAC names of given carbonyl compounds. Always we have to use suffix is al. Suffix is al here. So thank you. We will stop here. In next session, we will discuss about nomenclature of ketones and isomerism of carbonyl compounds. One by one, we will see in next session. Thank you.